Day 13. So how was the advent calendar today?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, what'd you make?
A bank.
Made a bank. Capitalism.
I know, right?
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. In a bag.
In a bag, hashtag bag build.
Hashtag bag build. Hashtag bag build masters. I also did mine in a bag as well. It was, I think, a Republic Cruiser. It was a little intense to do it, but did it. We're heroes. Yay! So we had a little bit of an adventure today, didn't we? We went to KFC, got some chicken, so we could enjoy it while we watched Recipe for Seduction. First, let's talk about the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
How was your chicken? Was it good?
I guess.
My chicken was good. Thank you for asking. It was good. And little issue though.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you had discovered KFC and the fact that you can get chicken in a bucket, and you were pretty amazed by the whole chicken in a bucket thing.
Well, I knew what KFC was, and I knew that you had chicken in a bucket. I just didn't know it would be like that much of like an emotional experience to get said chicken in said bucket.
So you got it for the first time, right, a few months ago, and enjoyed it, and we're like, hey, you know, for this experience, this Recipe for Seduction movie, why don't we get some KFC, get some chicken in a bucket? So we went, and you prefer to get the chicken tenders over the fried chicken legs or drumsticks or whatever, but it didn't come in a bucket.
Well, some of them come in boxes. And I think what happened is that the one with the fries came in a bucket, but that one came in a box.
So we needed to get the fries with it, then we'd get the bucket.
Yeah.
But what we had ordered, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess because what we had ordered last time, I don't think was on the menu this time. I don't know. Who knows? Who's to say? But the chicken was good. This is the first time that we've had the new sauce, the KFC sauce. How was it?
Isn't it the same as the finger licking good sauce?
Probably is. I'm pretty sure
it tasted the same.
Okay. So, but it was good.
It was fine.
Recommend. I
don't know, not like particularly.
Fair enough. Better than ketchup?
No.
Okay. There you go. So we watched the movie Recipe for Seduction, which, if you're not familiar, it's a 15-minute, what they were calling mini movie on Lifetime, starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders, a young Colonel Sanders on the brink of making his whole Kentucky Fried Chicken world domination business. What'd you think of the movie?
Not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a fan of this 15-minute mini movie.
Correct.
What did you not like?
He didn't look like Colonel Sanders. Like, they were really trying to make him look like him, and like he did not at all. They should have just like given up and been like, oh, he's young, so he's allowed to look different. But I don't know. They like really tried to make him look like present day Colonel Sanders.
Well, the timeline's a little weird.
Well, yeah, because technically it is present day Colonel Sanders because it takes place December 13th, 2020, and also 14th.
And maybe the 15th?
Maybe the 15th. Well, and 2021.
Yeah.
And probably years in the future.
Yeah. So it's all future times and present times. They've got cell phones, all that stuff. So I guess, you know, they tried to tell the tale of Colonel Sanders in modern times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was weird. I wasn't sure what the whole vibe was. Okay. I don't understand Lifetime in general. Like with the movies and stuff, are they supposed to be campy and weird, or are they supposed to be serious?
I don't know. Well, I've seen their whole thing. Like, maybe at first they're supposed to be serious, but like that's their whole thing. That's what they're known for.
They just go for, but see, okay. But on Insta, I follow some people that like stan some like holiday Lifetime movies, and like legitimately like
Yeah.
not, you know, watching things because they're bad. Like they legitimately think they're like good things. But every once in a while they'll be like, this one was a little weird. It wasn't very serious. Like, which ones are serious? What? So I don't understand Lifetime. So I'm not sure. Like, I think like this was definitely supposed to be campy.
Mm-hmm.
It also said one thing. It said that it was PG, TV PG.
Not PG.
What is your rating for this?
R.
R, because
Garbage.
Lots of heteronormative nonsense. Kissing in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So basically, the story is that there's young Colonel Sanders. He's a cook at this manor of sorts. There's a lady, I think her name's Jessica. She gets proposed to by Billy,
Yeah.
I think is his name. And she's like, I gotta think about it. I don't know about this. And the mom's, I think her name's Bunny or Bonnie, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Is like, Jessica, you've got to marry this guy because we're like straight up poor now, even though we're living in this rich place and we have a personal chef named Colonel Sanders, or I guess Harlan Sanders. He's not a colonel yet, but we've got Harlan Sanders here. Why they're not going to sell the manor and everything and just, you know, get money that way? Who knows? Who's to say what's going on there? And and then Jessica ends up falling in love within 3 minutes to Colonel Sanders after they talk once. And he's like, I've got this recipe that's gonna, what is it? It's gonna like rule the world, or is
it's gonna change the world.
I got a recipe that's gonna change the world. And then she tells mom tells Billy. It's a whole thing. Then Billy's gonna like, I guess, murder. Billy is also sleeping with the mom, Jessica's mom. That's all weird. Yeah. What did you think about the representation though in the film?
Not good.
There was a homosexual couple. There were people of color.
Effie.
Do you feel like they just had that in there just to have it?
Yes.
Yeah, I got the same vibe. So, it's 15 minutes. Recommend.
No.
Avoid it. Avoid it at all costs. It's not even worth the 15 minutes.
No. Ruined my life.
Oh no. I wasn't as affected by it. I thought it was interesting. Here's the thing. So I'm in it and I'm like 7 minutes in it. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of digging this. And I was like, I like this short film version of wacky movies. But it was like so rushed. Like it didn't give enough. Because I think the thing about wacky movies is sometimes it's nice if they're sort of trying to maybe kind of keep it serious a little bit, but it still ends up being a little wacky. This is like they just went for it, and and then it cuts like at the very end, like sometime later, and it's Billy and the mom, and he's like eating the chicken, and he's like, we're weirdos or something. I don't know what he says, but he's like,
he's like, we found him.
We found him. We're going to get this guy. Yeah. It was weird. It was a weird take. And you know what? I did a little mini research on Colonel Sanders. Okay. I think if they would have done like a short biopic on Colonel Sanders, that would be more interesting because this guy, he did like straight up like shoot somebody once in like a chicken fight, like they were, I don't know, there was like a competing like chicken place and he ended up having to like shoot somebody or something, or he got shot at, or they shot like his friend or some a coworker. I don't know. Drama.
Well, maybe they don't want to talk about that because that's like a little bit too violent, and they don't want to be like, oh, this actually happened and it's violent.
Yeah, and he had a mistress as well. So, yeah, maybe they're trying to, like, put a whole new spin on Colonel Sanders. Like, oh, no, he was just a guy that, he was just a young chef with a recipe that could change the world.
Well, also, he never opened a KFC in the entire movie.
Yeah, I guess you're just made to assume that like Billy just found a KFC one day and was like, here's Harlan.
Well, yeah, that is how you found him. That.
Yeah. So you don't recommend?
Do not recommend.
I say, why not? 15 minutes. I've watched worse.
Lord.
Dude, I've watched worse for longer.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we've watched Christy, Santa's first female reindeer.
Yeah.
Which is barely a movie. Like, it's an hour and 15 minutes or whatever. They call it a movie. I don't know if it's a movie. It's something that was videoed. It's on film. Is it a film? I don't know.
But that doesn't mean that you should be recommending it to other people just because it's not as bad.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, you know. Did it sustain the hype that it received a few days ago when we saw when the trailer got online? Probably not.
I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't see the trailer. Yeah, I didn't see the trailer. I didn't want to get spoiled.
I didn't realize that there was hype. I've never heard of this.
It was just on probably like old people Instagram or Facebook, so you missed it. So it was probably on Twitter. It was all Twitter. People were tweeting about it. So it didn't make it to Snapchat or TikTok. There's no TikTok dance challenge for it, as far as I know.
Well, do you think that this is the future of commercials, as mini movies?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how well this is going to do, but like, I mean, it got a lot of hype for what it was. Like, man, hey, we went out to KFC and got some KFC. I also realized, the KFC chicken's pretty good, I thought. I liked it. So, there you go. Is it a recipe that changed the world? I don't know. Is it a recipe for seduction? Don't know about that. Is the KFC sauce same as the finger licking good sauce? Seems like it.
Well, and it says, chicken dipping good on it now.
Yeah, it's just chicken dipping good. I guess they just don't want you to lick your fingers anymore.
But when we had went to KFC for my first time, it was like the day before school started, so like,
yeah,
these are quarantining times.
Yeah, well, I think it took a little bit of time to change it.
That's already been a little bit of time.
I know. Well, and I don't even know if it's true that like they stopped doing the finger looking good sauce because COVID times, or they just don't want people saying finger looking good. I don't know. But then they make this commercial. So maybe they're like, hey, we're going to make up for it, guys. All of our fans that are mad that we don't have finger looking good sauce anymore. Here's a recipe for seduction. Enjoy. Get cringy.
But I have already seen another mini movie commercial.
For what?
iPhone. Came out a while ago. It was like 10 minutes long.
Oh, what was it?
It was vertical cinema. We had to watch it for digital video productions.
Okay. Huh.
It was also some hetero garbage.
Oh, really? What was that about?
That was like, I don't know. There's a guy and he's like a stunt double and he's just like in a bunch of different movies and they're all filmed vertically and then that's like the only reason it's an iPhone ad is because it's all filmed vertically. It's all on an iPhone. And so, I don't know. Then he was in a bunch of movies and then they always like change to the normal actor when he's about to get to like a kiss scene right after he does his stunt doubling and he's all sad about it. But then one day he's about to jump off of a building for his stunt doubling. And then he misses the platform, or like his parachute doesn't go off, or like something happens. And then he's falling and he's dying. And then some lady comes over and she's in a parachute and then she jumps off the building to save him. And then they kiss. But then it's really deep because then he starts ascending in this parachute and they are above the buildings And so then our teacher was like, oh, some people think that like he's actually just imagining that, and that's him like going to heaven. So it's deep.
Whoa. Okay. I vaguely remember that. I don't know if I ever saw the whole thing, but I think maybe they made a shortened version of
Probably.
it. I wonder how long ago that was that they came out with that. Before TikTok.
Maybe.
Before TikTok, before Insta was videoing, I imagine. Because they're really trying to like sell the vertical video.
Well, I think it's more of like the camera quality. Like, oh, look, we shot this entire movie on our camera.
Yeah, yeah. But the fact that it's vertical, though, I don't know. Oh, well. All right. Well, would you recommend that?
Maybe more than this, but it
more
was
than
still,
Recipe for Seduction. Okay.
It was still like hetero garbage.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Well, that's most things out there, right?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that you have to watch them.
That's true. Absolutely. So if you were to make Recipe for Seduction, what would it be like?
Not that. I wouldn't. I would turn it down, first of all.
Fair enough.
But
you'd say burn it.
Yeah, but if I had to.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, what counts as me making Recipe of Seduction? How much am I allowed to change?
Colonel Sanders has to be in it.
Okay. So it just has to be like a KFC ad still.
Yeah. KFC ad, 15 minutes.
Okay. I think you have to make it in past times. I think it's gotta be...
It's a period piece.
Yeah, it's gotta be like some sort of like... Maybe right after like World War II or something. And Colonel Sanders, he's coming back from the war. He is pre-KFC times. He has never cooked a chicken in his life.
Wow.
And then he comes back from the war, and then he's like, oh man, I was just in a war, that sucked. But then
True.
He comes back to his house, his hometown of like Kentucky, and he's actually in Ohio, but the town that he's from is called Kentucky.
Kentucky, Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's in Kentucky, Ohio, and he's staying with his grandparents there, and they're like, oh, we're so glad that you're back from the war, kiddo. And then he loves his grandma's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Of course.
And then one day his grandma dies, and he's like really sad about it. And then there's like a funeral scene where he shows up in like a black tux instead, and so like it's deep color theory. And but then as he's going through her things, he finds a chicken recipe, and he spends months perfecting it, and then Christmas rolls around, and then the whole family is gathering around, and he makes the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and everyone was like, oh my god, this is just like Grandma Chickens. She's known as Grandma Chicken due to her fried chicken,
of course,
cooking skills.
Grandma Chicken, yeah.
And then they're like, you have to share this with the world. You have a talent, Colonel Sanders. And then he opens KFC.
Fiend. That's great. That's a great movie.
I know.
I'd watch that movie. Would we still call it Recipe for Seduction?
No, that's weird.
Yeah. Grandma Chicken.
Yeah.
I would watch Grandma Chicken. Bye. End of vlog.